Hello, welcome to The Arena, RVN's only real estate specific show. With this market being a battle, we want to bring on experts to help you fight and win that battle. Today I'm really excited. I'm bringing on somebody that I've watched since he got started in real estate, started as a single real estate agent. He then partnered with his wife, which was arguably the best move he's ever made. And then he's grown a group of a real estate team called the TCS Group to over 18 agents. I want to welcome Devin DiNofa to the arena today. Welcome, Devin.
Thank you, my friend. It is an honor and pleasure to be on this amazing show.
Well, I was really excited to bring you on. You know, you're going to give us a really interesting perspective because not only does Devin do real estate, Devin has a coaching community where you're just trying to help people be better in life, not only professionally, but personally, which you can say if you're personally doing better, professionally, you're going to succeed as well.
Yep,
it's going to translate. So I wanted to start though, because this is real estate specific. I want to get into that in a minute, but the TCS Group. So this is something that's evolved over time.
Yep.
Just tell me a little bit about the markets you're in, what you've built here, and what kind of people you're looking to attract.
Yeah. So when I got into real estate, I always had a vision to be the real estate name that people think of when it comes to both Philadelphia and New Jersey. Now, the funny thing was at that moment, I remember talking to some people and they're like, dude, you're crazy. That's impossible. It's hard enough to be a name in one market, right? So, you know, I always take advice, but at the end of the day, I always am still relentless when it comes to things that kind of I want to achieve and I want to attack. So to your point, we started off, I was a single agent, and then I partnered with my amazing, amazing wife, and you know, we couldn't do
the things. You should throw one more amazing in there.
Yeah, amazing, amazing, amazing. But we couldn't do what we are doing without her. And then as I grew, as our name grew, as our business grew, we then switched over to Keller Williams, and one of the big influential reasons behind that was the condo shops and a mentor and partner, now a partner of mine, Gaurav Gambhir. And at that time, we were still the DiNofa team with Keller Williams. And then, you know, they're trying to expand nationwide. So, you know, as we were continuing to grow, Gaurav approached me and said, hey, listen, we're trying to expand over to New Jersey and build. And that's not where we're going to stop, but that's the next spot. And, you know, we see what you guys are doing, and we would love to partner with you guys to help really amplify this and you know, build a strong brand on both sides of the bridge. So it's funny, it may not have been the way that I wanted to do it, like kind of by myself, but it just happened to be that vision, I felt like God aligned that to where now, you know, we're a part of TCS Group, and we have a huge team in Philadelphia. We do a ton of business in Philadelphia, and we're the footprint in New Jersey too. So that's kind of how that all came about. And, you know, with that being said, you know, now my passion is helping others not just grow a real estate business, but become the best versions of themselves. And, you know, I have a performance coaching community called The Harvest, where we have a ton of entrepreneurs, owners of all different types of companies, lawyers, salespeople, vice presidents, and I help them amplify their personal performance and also help them grow their business too. That's my passion. And what I do is I realize that I want to take that same passion into the TCS Group and help either people getting into real estate or people that are already in the real estate that want to not just grow a successful real estate business, but also be successful as a human being, be successful at home, be successful in your health. And that's where we're taking it. And that's the kind of people that we want to be around, people that want to get better.
And that's important because if anybody's watching this and number one, you're looking to get into the market, you're looking to sell, you're looking to buy, you don't necessarily know where you want to go yet. Do you want to be in the city, the suburbs of the city, New Jersey? I'm going to tell you that it's really important to have an agent that understands the market, let alone multiple markets that are surrounding it. And so with Devin having a group all over South Jersey, all over the Philadelphia region, you know, really it seems like that you guys have a pulse on what's happening. I just want to touch on real quick with the markets. Yep. A lot of confusion, a lot of fear over the past year or so. We had rates spike. We had a lot of people not knowing what's going to happen with values. Should they get in the market? Should they not get in the market? So you have such an amazing group all over the region. So what are you seeing right now from and hearing from your agents, and really what's the feeling out there?
Yeah, so this is the way I see it, right? And nobody has a crystal ball. I can't tell you, for the past 10 years in real estate, we've been going to trainings, and people every single year, some of the biggest names that can project the market, everybody's predicting a crash, everybody, like every single year, and it's just never gone, and it just kept getting stronger and stronger. Obviously, last year was where there was a massive change, right? And the way I look at it and the way that we're seeing it now, last year was a tough year in real estate. Thankfully, we outperformed. Like most teams, most agents, their transaction production was down significantly. And ours was literally, and I'll be truthful, I never want to be down any single year, but we were only down 7 transactions compared to most teams that were down way more than that. So I am proud of that. But it was a very tough year, right? Because there was a lot of uncertainty. Last year, you had a massive spike in rates. Last year, you had wars. You had inflation. There was a lot of things that just punched you in the face that paralyzed a lot of people.
Yeah.
I feel like coming into this year, it's just, I feel like there's going to be more certainty. I feel like the people last year that waited, they're done waiting now. It's like, no, I'm going to make this happen. We're going to get after it. At the end of the day, the rates are still historically low. The inventory's still low, right? So it's not like, all the experts, everything that I see are saying that, listen, man, at the end of the day, it's not like these home values are going to crash and burn. There's still a lot of buyers who are ready to buy right now. We're working with them. We have them. It's just there's not a lot of homes still. You know what I mean? So you can find deals.
Seems to me like if you were thinking of selling and maybe you're waiting for the spring, maybe you want to be out by the summer and you're trying to time it perfectly, would you say still kind of wait and see what's going to happen, or is that something you should jump on right away?
So the one thing I tell sellers right now is, do you want to be in competition with 20 other houses when the spring market comes, when most people feel is the time to sell? Or do you want to be in competition with 3 other houses because you're not waiting till the spring? And I mean, it's supply and demand. If there's not a lot of inventory on the market and there's still a lot of buyers, which there are, there's no doubt about it. There are still a lot of buyers out there ready to buy. Chances are somebody's going to pay up for your house. Just a lot of people, you got to get, you got to not be scared. But most importantly, you got to work with somebody that you trust, that has a proven track record, that will also look out for your best interests, like your family, which is very important. I do want to mention one thing too. All of the big companies, right, the Blackstones, all the venture capitalists, they're all buying up properties right now, like heavily. So if they're buying up properties, what do you think that means you should be doing? Every real estate investor, all of the people who know this game are saying that this is going to be an opportunity to buy and create wealth. You could still negotiate deals, but if all these other people are buying, why would you say not buy?
Well, it's funny. I mean, and again, you come back to the fear.
Yep.
So when the market was hot and we had house values were going up 20% a year,
yep,
we had crypto and the stocks and Robinhood and all this speculative thing, these investments going on. The one thing out of all of that was real estate was the strongest part.
Yep.
So when everyone was buying it, everyone wanted to jump on the bandwagon. Now there's fear and people have scaled back and they've taken a step back for buying. So is your advice, take advantage now, really, in getting in now while there's so many people that are on the sidelines because they aren't sure. So now's the time to maybe take advantage, get that house for cheaper, because you're saying in the spring market or beyond, you could have way more competition.
Yeah, I mean, that's just, it's basic, you know what I mean? Like everybody knows that. The spring market, this is when the man has come, this is when all the families are out. They're trying to get their kids in the new house during the summer so they can translate to the new school year. So that is what everybody is saying. So at the end of the day, if you are working with the right person, you can still find a deal. You can still negotiate a deal. And now listen, this is the other point. Are you buying your dream house to being it for 2 years and then sell it? So if you're afraid of, well, what's going to happen in a year, right? What if inflation goes up? Most times, like if you're buying your forever home, it's a long-term investment, right? Statistically, all real estate held long-term appreciates. That's just the facts.
Actually, the average appreciation over the past 40 years is 5%.
Yeah.
So it might go up and down, but if you're in it long term,
yeah,
you're 5%. So
You're not flipping your owner rock. I mean, most of you aren't buying it to be in it for 2 years and try and make a $100,000 profit and
right,
flip
it's
it.
not a stock.
Exactly, exactly.
Well, I wanted to switch gears a little bit because you touched on it in the beginning of the show, which was something that I just thought was so special because most people that are in business, especially real estate, they're dealing with a million things all at once. They're just trying to survive and grow their own business. Devin, you went ahead and grew a team, which most people, again, cannot bring on that many people and be able to make them successful and be a coach to just them. So on top of all that, you created the Harvest Group. And I know a little bit about it. I just wanted you to tell everybody what this is, why you did it, and what you're hoping to come out of it.
Yeah. So I've always done one-on-one coaching, but for business professionals to invest out of their own pocket to invest in a coach to help them perform at their highest level is very uncommon, right? That's just the facts. Now, if you work for a corporate company and they pay for a corporate trainer to come in here, sometimes, yes, they do get value from that, but that's not the same as investing in yourself to hire someone to keep you performing mentally, physically, spiritually at your absolute highest levels. The funny thing is, when you look back in elementary school and high school and college and in sports, when you had a coach, you performed at your absolute highest level. But when you're out of high school, college, professional, even township, right? For some reason, you don't think a coach can help you make more money, be more productive, be more happier, just ultimately perform at a higher level, right? So when I started putting out there about coaching, whether it was for David Meltzer, who was one of the greatest world thought leaders, through Brendan Burchard, who's Forbes' top high performance coach in the world, through going to his programs and doing coaching for him, people started reaching out. And the problem is most people don't understand, one, to invest in coaching, but two, it's not cheap. But guess what? Your future is not cheap too. And it's an investment. When you invest in something that can help you become a better person, no matter what external environments you are in, to continue to be productive, can continue to challenge yourself, to become a better leader and make more money, you should be getting that return 10x or more. I just hated telling people no, and they said, man, that's expensive. So what I did was, through one of my coaches, he gave me the idea to start a community. So I started the Harvest Performance Growth Community, and I made it very affordable. Right now, it's $147 a month. It's literally the cost of a fancy dinner, which most people will pay that. They'll go to dinner 5 nights a week, but when it comes to investing in yourself, $147 a month, it's like, whoa, that's too much, right? But it's a membership community. Each month, we have a topic on business development strategy, brand development strategy, and always personal development. Now, it's not just me that runs 2 calls. We all have a big private Facebook community where we all collaborate. We all be resourceful. We all challenge each other to get better. But on top of that, I bring in some of the country's top entrepreneurs, like people in Forbes magazines, people that got acknowledgments at the highest level in this country.
Well, and before you talk about exactly who, because these people are the top, again, like he was saying, in the country, I also want to talk about how much, or what are the top things that you're teaching right now that are having the most impact. But we're going to go over all of that right after this break. Thanks, guys. We'll be right back.
I'm Bob Hochgertle from Kings Road Brewing Company. I'm here to tell you about a brand new show on RVN Television called Cooking with the King. Each week, we're going to taste and sample some of the best beers the Kings Road Brewing Company has to offer. And we're going to talk to area chefs and restaurant owners as we pair our beer with their signature dishes. We're going to teach you how to cook and eat like a king. Cheers.
A stroke can be easy to detect. A loved one can't speak, perhaps they can't move. But there's another sign of a stroke that many of us can't see. It's called spatial neglect, and it can occur during or after a stroke, causing distorted visual movements. Fortunately, there's a solution by using optical prism technology during rehabilitation. If you or a loved one have experienced a stroke, ask your doctor about spatial neglect. Spatial neglect. See the whole picture at KesslerFoundation.org.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the arena. RVN's only real estate specific show. Today in the arena we have Devin DiNofa. He's from the TCS group. He also runs the Harvest Performance Group, which is a coaching community. And before the break we were talking about coaching. And I just have to say it's something, I'm in the mortgage world and I see what's going on in my industry, in the real estate industry. Seems like there's a lot of coaches out there. What I've noticed would be a lot of these coaches aren't necessarily successful currently at the profession or industry that they're in. They've migrated all over to that coaching world, and that's how they make their money. I want to bring Devin on today because he's not only running a successful team, he's successful in real estate, he's doing all the right things there, but now he's also a coach and he's running this Harvest Performance community. So Devin, I just wanted to talk about what is the real advice that you think is hitting home right now with everybody in your community? It's a tough year. Yep. A lot of uncertainty, a lot of fear. I know a lot of people might not be doing as well as they wanted to be doing, especially with us hearing about recession and all that. What are you telling people right now and what's having the impact?
Now more than ever, it is so important to control what you can control, protect your mindset, continue to do everything possible to make sure that your mindset, your activity is amplified every single day. You got to control what you can control. Yeah, are there people that aren't making money in these or aren't growing a business or whatever that is in this environment? Absolutely, but I guarantee you if you ask them, all right, well, what are you doing to make sure you're showing up every single day as the highest and best version of yourself to then execute at the highest and best you possibly can? Most people will be like, well, you know, I'm just sitting here in my emotions. I don't really talk to anybody. I'm trying to figure everything out myself, and I wonder why I'm just stuck in this box, right? So when times get tough, man, it's you know, you have to understand that investing in yourself, whatever it is that you need help with, turn decades into days by investing into that person that has done it. So many people live and die by their ego. That's why I tell you, man, I'm just trying to bring to the forefront, guys, you know, invest in your business, invest in coaching. Now, to your point with coaching, coaching is very specific, right? Because everybody's trying to be a coach now. Make sure that whoever you are investing in, it's for the specific problem that you're trying to get solved. Make sure that they have a track record of doing it, a successful track record of doing it. Listen, I grew the Harvest to 100 members organically. I didn't do any paid advertising, no funnels. And the reason why I was able to bring on so many people was because a lot of these people followed my journey and they saw me do exactly what I said I do. They also seen me, you know, be alongside and get acknowledgments from some of the greatest coaches in the country right now. And they see me in their circles and they see what I'm doing by example. But my niche is performance coaching. I am not the person that you're going to come in and hire to grow and scale and exit a company. I've never exited a company. I'm very specific. Now with the Harvest, what I do so it fits anybody, it doesn't matter where you're at, I bring in people who've done things at the absolute highest level in anything that you can think of, whether it's mindset, whether it's recruiting, whether it's scaling a company, whether it's specific marketing, I mean, you name it. So that's the difference, right? I never, you know, I am who I say I am. And that's what I coach, everything that I know and what I can do. The other things, which is why I was very intentional when I grow the Harvest, I never wanted to be in that category of, oh, this guy's a coach, you know, make $1 million in a month or whatever, sign up for this program. No, but what I wanted to do is, hey, I'm not the person who's excelled in every single thing, but what I will do is bring in people through the network that I've built the past 10 years.
You don't pretend to know it all.
No, not at all.
So you're bringing on people, and not only people, I mean, these are some of the biggest names in the space. Who are some of the people that you've been working with? I know you have a show that you recently started.
Yeah.
I think it's actually Thursdays at 11:40, right?
Yeah, which is actually today.
Which is today.
Yeah.
So tell me about that show and some of these people you brought in.
Yeah, so actually this is my coach, my partner, my mentor, David Meltzer. If you Google him, he was the CEO of the most notable sports agency company in the world. He ran Samsung. He was the CEO of Samsung when they came out with their first smartphone. The guy is a top business podcast. He's an investor in a ton of different companies, and he's a world thought leader. He's one of the top Forbes speakers and world thought leaders. So me and him now have an Instagram live show that in the near future is going to be an on-set TV show in Vegas. We already did one that I was on called Office Hours. We're doing the same model, but what we do is we share real estate, real inspirational real estate stories from real estate entrepreneurs.
And it's called The Real Deal.
Real Deal Real Estate Show every Thursday, 11:40 Eastern. We go on Instagram Live and bring in somebody, a real inspirational story, right? Somebody who started from here and achieved massive success in real estate, right? And they are sharing the story of what happened. Like, hey, our next guest is actually my partner, Gaurav. He started off as a software engineer, took the leap to get into real estate, and now he has multiple successful real estate companies. Like, we're trying to show everybody, one, the inspiration of being an entrepreneur to get people to take that next step after they hear these stories, but two, what's possible in real estate, one of the greatest businesses to be in and build wealth and understand and learn. So that's the Real Deal Real Estate Show. Outside of that, I mean, we have a laundry list of all different entrepreneurs. I had the New York Yankees strength and performance coach when they won the World Series. I have a guy named Randy Garn who literally is partners with Dean Graziosi, Tony Robbins. They call him the coach's coach. I mean, it's, I can sit here and name, like, these are a lot of people that you see on Forbes, the high-level influencers that people pay, $50,000, $100,000 to be on stage. I'm able to get them on Zoom, speak it to my community to get some Q&A for them, too.
So Devin, if someone's watching this and they're thinking, I've always thought I might wanted to get a coach. I've never really wanted to dive into that world because it can be a sleazy world, and a lot of people are losing a lot of money on coaching. So if somebody wanted to get started with you, what is the best way to get in touch with you, and the best way to what's the first step in your opinion?
Yeah, so first follow me at Devin _DiNofa on Instagram. You can follow me on Facebook, or text me 856-577-2694. That's how you can reach me, DM me. But what I will say is this, be very clear on what exactly you need help with, right? Now, in my opinion, as a performance coach, all these other things are added to always having a performance coach. Because listen, you can be making 7 figures a year. You can have that marketing funnel, but guess what? That's not going to save you from you. You still mentally have to be performing at your highest level. Physically, spiritually, you see it all the time. Hey man, you can still be mentally destroyed with a 6-pack.
Well, it's like that phrase, I'd rather cry in my Ferrari.
Yeah.
And it in my opinion, that's such a terrible expression. Yep. Some of the richest people, and we listen to Ed Milet and follow him.
Oh, yeah.
Great podcast, #1 podcast I think in the world right now. And he has people on all the time, and he even says he knows billionaires that are miserable. Yep. So what would you rather do, be a billionaire miserable, or be a successful entrepreneur, making some good money, doing well, and you're just happy? So that's why I think hand in hand, that happiness, fulfillment, and just your life-work balance, if that's balanced, this is going to be balanced. If your relationships are balanced, work is going to be balanced. So that's why I want to have you on today. So final thoughts, Devin. So get out your crystal ball, even though you said that it doesn't exist, and I want you to tell me, what do you think is going to be happening this year with the market, and what are your personal goals on moving forward with your coaching, and just what are the goals for the team in general?
Yeah, so I mean, for us it's kind of different. We actually have a lot of massive new construction projects in place for next year. So it's unfair for me to say that, we're about to absolutely dominate, the past year that we possibly had. But like I said, guys, I think that there's going to be a little bit more certainty heading into this year. A lot of people are on the sidelines with fear last year, and at the end of the day, the smart money is buying houses. All the big funds, they're all buying real estate, right? So don't sit here and try and figure this out yourself. If your next home, your dream home, is not a flip and you're not trying to sell it in a year and you're trying to be in there for a little bit, then get off the sidelines and let's strike a deal. You just got to be working with the right person. But, real estate is long term. That's it. Buy real estate and wait, and you will never go wrong. That's how people get rich. Buy real estate and wait.
Well, and I think really the first step, start a conversation. I think so many people
that's true. Get pre-qualified first.
Yeah. Well, know your numbers, know your options. Talk to a professional. Look, just talking to this guy doesn't mean that you're going to have to buy a house right away. He's not going to twist your arm to start working with him and his team. It's just a matter of us being resources for you, giving you the information that you need in order to take that next step. And maybe buying or selling isn't the move right now.
Yeah.
You never know, but you're not going to know until you have that conversation. So if you want to get in touch with Devin, again, it's Devin_DiNofa at Instagram, and of course Facebook, all social media. You could follow him.
LinkedIn. I show up every single day. You cannot miss me if you follow me. Believe me, I will remind you.
It sounds like a bad thing, right? But but no, it's someone I only want to bring on people on here that I truly respect, that I think really understands the market. Again, this is real estate, but with the market where it is and just everyone's mindset, I think that if they're going to buy, they're going to sell. There's so many other angles to this. So really excited to have you on today. Thank you so much, Devin.
Thank you for the opportunity, Matt, and it's been an honor being friends and partners with you. Again, we're only as good as our team, right? So listen, man, you can work with an agent, and if their mortgage or their title, if they're not firing at all cylinders, they can literally crush an experience. So it's very important for us to make sure everybody we use operates with the same customer service, quality care that we operate on. And Matt, we've been using him for years and years, and he's always delivered an unbelievable experience for our clients. So you're a great part of, our growth, our success, and our service for everybody who gives us the opportunity and trust to work with. So thank you.
I'm just a host of a TV show. I don't know what you're talking about.
Never mind. He don't do mortgages today. He's just TV show host.
No, I appreciate it. Again, you want to get in touch with Devin, please reach out to him on social media or the phone number that he provided. And of course, we're going to be bringing on many more guests to give us all angles of this market so that you could fight and win. Thanks so much, everyone, for watching The Arena today. Until next time.